everyone, myself Soni Saxena is here with my new video on the topic Human Development Part 1, which is based on book India, People and Economy of Class 12th. So let's discuss about the definition of human development. Human development, it's a process of enlarging the range of people's choices, increasing their opportunities for education, healthcare, income, and empowerment, and covering the full range of human choices from a sound physical environment to economic, social, and political freedom. Thus, enlarging the range of people's choices is the most significant aspect of human development. People's choices may involve a host of other issues also, but living a long and healthy life, to be educated and have access to resources needed for a decent standard of living, including political freedom, guaranteed human rights, and personal self-respect. These are considered some of the non-negotiable aspects of the human development. Human development in India. India, with a population of over 1.20 billion, is ranked 131 among 188 countries of the world. In terms of the Human Development Index, with the composite HDI value of 0.624, India finds herself grouped in countries showing medium human development. Children, low scores in HDI, it's a matter of serious concern, but some reservations have been expressed about the approach as well as indicators selected to calculate the index value and ranking of the states or countries. Lack of sensitivity to the historical factors like colonization, imperialism, and neo-imperialism. Socio-cultural factors like human rights violation, social discrimination on the basis of race, religion, gender, and caste, social problems like crimes, terrorism, and war and political factors like nature of the state, forms of the government, level of empowerment. These are some factors that are very crucial in determining the nature of human development. These aspects have special significance in case of India and many other developing countries. Using the indicators by UNDP, the Planning Commission of India also prepared the Human Development Report for India. It is also used by the states and union territories as a unit of analysis. So each state government also started preparing the state level human development reports using districts as a unit of analysis. Although the final HDI by the Planning Commission of India, it has been calculated by taking the three indicators. This report also discussed other indicators like economic attainment, social empowerment, social distributive justice, hygiene, and various welfare measures which are undertaken by the state. Indicators of economic attainments. Access to resource by the poor, downtrodden, and marginalized sections is the key to productivity, well-being, and human development. Gross national product, which is GNP, and its per capita availability are taken as measures to assess resource base. For India, the estimated GDP is 3,200,000 crores, and therefore per capita income was 20,813 at current prices. It is not even distributed equally or evenly. Regional variation. It is observed like states as Maharashtra, Punjab, Haryana, Gujarat have more than 4,000 per capita income per year, while the poorer states of Bihar, Orissa, UP, MP, Assam, they have less than 2,000 per person per year. These are reflective of other problems like poverty, unemployment, and many more. Highest poverty is noticed in the states of Orissa and Bihar, which recorded more than 40% of their people below poverty line. States of Madhya Pradesh, Sikkim, Assam, Tripura have more than 30% of their people below poverty line. It's a state of deprivation, which reflects the inability of an individual to satisfy certain basic needs for a sustained, healthy, and productive life. Jobless growth and unemployment are the main causes of poverty. Indicators of a healthy life. Living a long and healthy life, free from illness and diseases with a long lifespan, these are indicators of healthy living. So children, you can understand here. Availability of pre- and postnatal care facilities in order to reduce infant mortality and post-delivery deaths, old age health care, educate, nutrition and safety of individuals. These are some important measures of a healthy and reasonably long life. Some facts about Indian healthcare system. It also includes like decline in death rate from 25.1 per thousand in 1951 to 8.1 per thousand in 1999. Even infant mortality rate from 148 per thousand to 70 per thousand during the same period. Improved life expectancy from 37.1 years to 62.3 years for males and 36.2 years to 65.3 years for females between 1951 to 1999. Birth rate has come down from 40.8 to 26.1 in the same year. Decline in sex ratio over the years except in Kerala. It has fallen to alarming state, especially in developed states of Haryana and Punjab, where it has gone down to 800 females per thousand males. Indicators of social empowerment. As you know, development. Development is freedom, especially freedom from poverty, hunger, illiteracy, servitude, and any other forms of domination. Freedom, it's only possible with the empowerment and participation of the people in the exercise of their choices and capabilities in society. Access to knowledge about society and environment is fundamental. Literacy opens up the gates to such access. So some facts on literacy, like overall literacy in India, it is 65.4% according to 2001, where female 54.16%. Literacy rate, it's higher than national average in most of the southern states. Wide variation among states like Bihar 47.53%, while Kerala it's 90.92%. Literacy is very low in the rural areas as well as in the marginalized sections of our society, though they too have registered an improvement in the rate. Human Development Index in India. India, it has been placed in the medium HDI group with Kerala at the top among the Indian states, which is followed by Delhi, Himachal Pradesh, Goa and Punjab, Bihar, Orissa and Chhattisgarh are at bottom of HDI in India. So factors which are affecting HDI in India. There are many reasons behind such differences among the states. So let us discuss all three: socio-political, economic and historical. In socio-political, like Kerala, it has the highest value, largely due to its high literacy rate, which is compared to the states of Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Assam, etc. Economically developed states like Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Punjab, Haryana, they have higher HDI value, which is compared to the economically weaker states. Historical, the social disparities and regional distortions which developed during the colonial period continue to play a significant role in the Indian society. So now, the Government of India is trying to institutionalize the balanced development with its main focus on social distributive justice through planned development. Population, environment and development. Development is a complex concept. On the one hand, it has brought improvement in the quality of life, but at the same time led to an increase in social inequalities, discrimination, and ultimately leading to environmental degradation. The UNDP, in its Human Development Report of 1993, tried to amend some issues and emphasized on people's participation and security, progressive democratization, empowerment of people, constructive role of civil societies, reduction in military expenditure, transition from defense production to production of basic goods and services, reduction and disarmament of nuclear warheads by the developed countries. Neo-Malthusian's approach or theory. Sir Robert Malthus, he was the first to emphasize the growing scarcity of resources with growing population. Resources are being utilized more with increasing demand, but they are unevenly distributed. Rich countries, they have more assets while the poor ones are suffering. The pursuit for control of resources by the powerful to exhibit one's prowess is the main cause of conflict, as well as the apparent contradictions between population, resource, and development. In India, ancient scriptures always depicted the concern about the balance among the elements of nature. Even Mahatma Gandhi ji, he advocated the reinforcement of harmony and balance between the two. He was concerned about development leading to the loss of morality, spirituality, self-reliance, and non-violence and environment. He emphasized that austerity for individual, trusteeship of social wealth, and non-violence are the key to attain higher goals. His views were followed in Brundtland Commission's report of 1987 and finally in the Agenda 21 report of Rio Conference of 1993. So Neo-Malthusian's theory, it says that we should emphasize on population control programs. It was also believed that it is necessary to keep a balance between resource and population for a happy and peaceful life. Thank you.